All right, good morning, everybody. How are you today? Good. Okay. How are you? Sure. All right. How are you today? Fine, thank you. So as Isaac said, we are going to celebrate the Children's Day, Children's Day. That is the tomorrow, but we are going to celebrate the next Sunday uh, together with our fall festival and the Thanksgiving thing, special thing. Right. Also, this coming Wednesday is the day of Foundation Day for the Unified Nation of Heaven and Earth. So nobody remembers, right? So this Foundation Day for the Unified Nation, especially when it was proclaimed by our true father, of course he was thinking about the unified Korea. This was this holiday was declared in 1988 after they had the Seoul Olympic in Korea. That was a big thing, during that age. Father was always talking about the unification. That Korea, our fatherland was divided into two. So he really want to fix it, right? So talking about the unification a lot, and he said Seoul Olympic was the blessing from God. So the one thing is that because of the Olympic was held in South Korea, then people in the world maybe for the first time they know that the Korean Peninsula was divided into two. So also true father really loved the people, athletes, especially from Soviet Union at the time. They are representing the communist nation. And North Korea is, of course, the communist nation. But true father really loved people from Soviet. And based on that foundation, then so he was able to go to the Moscow a few years later. But in true father's mind, those investing so much and loving the people from communist nation is that he is making a lot of condition by loving people, basically loving their enemy, and that become the foundation to go to the Soviet Union later on. But of course, that the ultimate goal is to bring their unification in Korea. So as you know, true mother is very serious about it. Still, and we should be very serious about it. Today's topic is relating to the true Children's Day. The core of the universe is the parent-child relationship. All right, so this is from the True Mother's memoir, Mother of Peace. In traditional Korea, offering such filial devotion in remembrance of one's deceased parents was expected. She was talking about the 3 years devotion, right, after your parents passed. Right? So representing the family, the first son would a small hut just to the west of his father's or mother's tomb, and live in it for 3 years, regardless of the weather, even if unable to eat properly or uh, make a living through this period. Those 3 years represent the 3 years after we were born. We are born. When we receive our fathers and especially our mother's full love and care, without which we would not have survived. This time of devotion is a time to acknowledge, show gratitude, and return that love and kindness. Right? So that is, that Korea has that kind of tradition. I don't know, that people are still practicing it. Maybe not. But that's those 3 years is 3 years when we receive our fathers and especially our mother's full love and care after we were born. 3 years, first 3 years, we could not do anything by ourselves, right? Those 3 years, the parents are the ones who took care of us, each one of us. And so remember, we need to remember. Of course, we don't remember, but so we should know that without them, that we don't exist. Without them, that we could not grow, right? So we completely dependent on, on, you know what I'm saying, right? Depending on, right? Depending, well, the English class. Anyway, all right. So let's remember. This is a really nice, beautiful tradition. So we remember those 3 years, and also we have a true appreciation to our parents, right? Yeah. Otherwise, we forget. Actually, we forget how much we owe them. So your case too. Think about your parents. You will not like them, now. But think about it. Without them, then we couldn't survive, right? So then those 3 years, right? Then we show that appreciation after they passed. That's a very nice tradition, right? Then let's continue. Oh, right. Today, there are too many people who forget their fathers and mothers' kindness. From those who lack filial piety toward their own parents, comprehension of heavenly parent and the true parents who have shed tears over humanity's suffering cannot be expected. So it is kind of important to really restore that kind of original tight love relationship with the parents, and we appreciate and try to understand the parental heart. In order for us to really reach to the heavenly parents' heart, right? We need that. We need that kind of substantial experience for love relationship in this reality, right? Otherwise, how can we understand the heavenly parent heart, right? So that's really makes sense. So this, when um, how what kind of heart we have toward the parent, right? So that is the filial piety. Originally, I think we are supposed to have the heart of filial piety, and in Korean term, actually, True Mother made up this new term, Hyojeon. That is the heart of the filial piety. Right? That is the core of the relationship between parent and child. Of course, like that Hyojeon is from child to the parents. Right? Our heart and love toward the parents. That is the hyojon. And of course, that we are naturally have it when we know parents loves love us so much. We receive the love from parents so much, and that's why naturally we want to like return something. Be great, of course, like naturally grateful, appreciate parents, and then because we received so much, that's why we want to return, right? So that is the hyojon, filial piety. So, and then in this book, in True Mother's memoir, she was kind of saying, don't think this is a duty or, this filial piety. This word is not like talking about your duty as the child. Maybe that is included a little bit, but originally that's not, like a right duty as the child. Because I'm a child, that's why I have to do this. That's why I have to take care of parents. That's why I have to do something to accept parents. That's why I have to prepare their tomb, funeral, or. So that's the kind. If you think that way, then that is a duty as a child, But that's that. Of course, like we need to do. Maybe we should do something like that, because we owe them. Because then we understand, or I understand how much I receive the love from parents. That's why I want to do, right? So that's the point, That's the filial piety, right? Heart of filial piety, We love them because they love me so much. That's a parent-child relationship. And the true father said that is the core of the universe. All right, so this is from our true father, Father Moon. He did not say the core of the universe here. That's the same thing, right? Right after coming back to my homeland, after finishing my schooling in Japan, I received the answers to my questions that I could not solve for a long time. The relationship between God and human beings is the parent-child relationship. And sometimes I used to think, oh, what's special about this? But such a long time, just so special. Then I had this so many times, it's that special, right? But if we really understand, God and us, the relationship is the parent and child, right? So maybe like that, maybe in order to understand that, maybe I should have such a deep relationship with my parents or my children, right? Otherwise, we may not understand so deeply. But this became the motivation of the true father. True father lived, right? Our Reverend Moon, true father, lived entire his life for God, right? Risking his life. He didn't care die or not. Just he wanna do everything for God, right? Why? Because he understood the heart of God. God actually, he found God is his parent or his father, and so God loves him so much, and God did incredible things, and throughout the human history, suffering, but God did not care about his suffering, grief, the pain. And no matter what, then God was trying to save humankind. God was loving him so much as a parent. So that's why so true father decided to live his life, 100% for God. Right? Then so he lived that life. He lived. So from the entire life, from the beginning to the end, so he lived that life, right? So that's amazing. So the motivation came from this, the how much God loves me, how much God has been loving me, right? When he understood that, after 9 years searching, after he was called by Jesus, and so he searched the truth, and then battle against Satan. Then finally, when he came back from Japan, is I think 1943, 8 years later, and so he really understands this, the core of the universe. That this is everything. God loves me as my father, as my cat. That's a truth. And so he found it. He knew. He experienced it. That's why. So he gave, amazing life. And true mother is saint. True mother is saint. Right. So that's parent-child relations. Now I want to talk about a little bit about the Kyoto. This, this story. We often see the Universal Ballet. True father founded. So they perform the story of Shimchon. Shimchon, right? That's a Korean traditional story. I think one scene. You know that story? Even though we see the ballet, then maybe we see some kind of story, but it's all Korean. Yeah, maybe we don't know the exact story, but this is so famous story. Then of course all Korean people love this story. Then we also love too. Shimchon is a girl, right? This. I know we don't know who created this story, and nobody knows. But according to that story, then the Shimchon, the little girl was born in maybe 180, 1000 or 1100, around that age, right? So she was born there. Then her mother died after she gave birth to Shimchon, right after, because of some complication that happened when mother gave birth to Shimchon, right? And then her father raised her up, but her father was blind all the time. Then a blind father took care of Shimchon, and so he did a good job. And the girl was growing up. And according to that story, when she became 7 years old, she decided to go out to the street and beg some money to her people because she wanted to support her father because she was already so grateful to her father. Blind father, not so easy. Blind, I don't know how he could make some money. And so she saw that kind of father, right? So and she was young, only 7, but she decided to go out to make some money by begging their money to their people, right? She did that. Then one day she heard that something like if she offered the certain amount of rice, big rice thingy. I don't know. Um, I don't know how to say it, but a certain amount of a lot of rice, right? Then so if she was able to offer that to God, not our creator God, but their God kind of figure, then so her father's eyes would be healed. She had that kind of story. Then, so she decided to make the money for the rice. She decided to make money. Then what she did was she sold herself to the merchant. And then why merchant need the little girl? Because they need somebody for sacrifice. Those like a merchant, they do the business on the sea, then they have to go out to sea. Then, of course, like a sea is sometimes storm comes and, many things happen there, right? That in order to calm down the god of sea, so they need a sacrifice, So, all days they have that kind of a tradition or belief, right? So they need somebody, they need sacrifice for the sea god. Yeah. So so that Shimchon volunteer to be their sacrifice. Then she sold herself, then get the money from them. So she bought the rice, right? She was able to buy the rice, but she was basically bought by those people, and she's going to be their sacrifice. So basically she decided to die for uh, for her father's eyes, blind eyes. For that, then so she decided to die, and she sold herself. That's a story. Then of course she was thrown into the sea. Then she was picked up by the god of sea, and so somehow the god of some kind of god, right? Higher level of god. So the god had lots of sympathy on her, and the god liked her. Then so he and the other gods in the sea, under the sea, treated her so well, and she didn't die. So she was able to live in the palace under the sea. Then one day, then that god's higher god gave them an order. Then that big god told those gods to return the girl to the land, return her, right? So then they followed it. Then they put their Shimchon in the big lotus flower, inside the lotus flower. Then send her back to the sea, surface of the sea. Then the flower, floating on the sea. Then so the flower was picked up by the merchant ship. Then so because the flower was so big and beautiful, then they decided to offer the flower to their king. Then so king when he received it, then somehow they found the Shimchon in the flower. I don't know how, but anyway, Shimchon maybe just Mars. Well, I don't know. just came out of their flower, right? Then a surprise, beautiful guy, beautiful. Then the king fell in love with her, and they got married, and the Shimchon became a queen of the nation. So that's what happened. But the Shimchon really think about her father so much. Then they were separated for so long. Then one day, then the Shimchon asked the king, she wants to invite all the blind people from the nation and have a feast, right? Then that happened. Then eventually she found her father, still blind, but her father was so happy. And according to the story, because he was so happy, too happy, then his eyes opened, So the happy end, right? Happy end. The story. Yeah. Did you know this story? No, I have so many times, but anyway, um, it's a beautiful story. Then when you see the ballet, that's you cry. It's so beautiful, so nice. And actually our Universal Ballet, no, I don't know the exact name. So they are the first one who make this dance based on this story. All right. Anyway, I think they did really good, and the thing is, the girl, so she truly appreciated her father so much, so that she didn't care if she can do something for her father, then she can sacrifice her life. She died, she didn't care. That's only for eyes, only for, in one sense, father's eyes. She loves his father, her father, right? So much. That story, amazing. Then that's the kind of tradition that Korea has. That people like that kind of story. So that's a very kind of unique thing. So how much they emphasize that the beauty of the parent-child relationship, especially child really loves a parent, right? So that again, it's not the duty things, Then that's because we don't have so much heart. That's why all those story then it comes to, comes down to the some kind of duties story. You have to do this. Children, are your children? You have to do this. You have to be like that. Look at the Shinchan. You have to be like that, right? So look at the Shinchan. You be like that. So that's the point, right? The point is, how much parents loves kids and the kids received it, and then child really loves parents too. You know, then of course, like if you don't feel that you are loved by parents, then you don't have that become a duty or dutiful, duty, right? Ready 12, 20. Um, that's beautiful story. How much, we don't really think. If we do not think, if we do not the care, then you may not find out how much your parents love you, right? If you don't ask them, well, you may take everything, granted, oh, that's the regular thing, right? But if you think about it, and if you ask how much, like what kind of like a life they live, then you may find out how much your parents love you. That's kind of universal somehow. Even in this foreign world, parental love toward the children is so close to the idea, right? Origin, you know. Then I have one story, how much like a mother could be a very strong for their kids, right? I don't know. On this I don't remember so exactly, but when the tsunami or the big typhoon came, then the water rises, and then many people die. That's a long time in Japan. Mother tried to save her baby. Mother tried to save her baby, but the water level is coming up, right? Then so she didn't have anywhere to go. Just standing with some pole, then holding a baby, then the water is coming up, right? Then in order to save her baby, then she had to like raise her baby up, right? Then the water is coming up, then what? Then the water covers her, then she died, right? Mother died actually. Then but some her determination was so strong. Then so strong. Even she died, she did not like change her posture. That she was able to die like this somehow. I don't know how. Of course, that can last many hours. But she was able to die like this. That's amazing, right? You know what I mean? That's amazing. Hard determination. That's that no matter what, then I'm gonna save my baby. Then somebody found out, right after that happened. Then the mother was already dead, but they were able to save the baby. That kind of love, right? This is not the intellectual thing, this like the original heart of mother, parents, right? And the parents, I think that we all agree, that you can die for your kids, right? The parents can die for their children. So of course, these days some strange people exist, of course. But in general, parents loves their children so much that way, you know. They don't say it, maybe. And the way they express, the way we express love, sometimes so immature, as then not so wise sometimes. We make a lot of mistake, but the love inside towards the children is that is a genuine. Sometimes like that we can't express that so nice, then then maybe our expression of love was taken in different way. Sometimes the parents get so nasty for kids, so noisy, then I know it don't tell me anything, you may get upset, but that's the behind all those things, we are not perfect, right? Sometimes we don't know how to show our love, to kids. That's why we make a lot of mistake. But behind all those, right, there is a genuine love. The parents have a really, really serious, genuine, amazing love toward the children. No, so when we actually, if we were able to understand that, and if we were able to really feel it, then so I'm sure that you will really appreciate that. You will be so grateful for that, right? So that's how like we can develop. I mean, if we do not try, then nothing happen. You know, that's a parent-child relationship in this foreign world, right? If we do want to restore that original tight relationship with our parents, we need to make some effort. We need to make some effort. Yeah. So then the point is, as I said, that these things are not a duty or that this is something that we need to do. Or we have to, yes, maybe we need to do. Or, this is not like a big, that's a, can I say? This is not like because you do that because we are obligated, right? So, okay, so I have to speak the one story, but see, don't you want to have somebody you truly love and you are ready to die for the person, that kind of partner, no? Right? That's that you want to have your lover, right? You want to have some great partner of love. We all want to have the object of love. We want to practice our love, right? You want to love. Then that love, the person you love, then how much you want to love. You want to love so much, right? Not like half-hearted. That's like a truly love the person, that kind of person, right? You want to have that kind of person? Truly, I love this person. Then I don't need anything, if I have that person. That kind of relationship bring you joy. That kind of person that bring you so much joy. If you have that person, if I have that person, right? Then that bring me a lot of joy. That's a joy. If you have that kind of love object, no love object, so like a dry word, right? If you if you have somebody who you really want to love, that's a joy there. Then if you see somebody is loving you so much that way, if you know somebody loves you that much, then this person, that die for me anytime. So that person, I have that kind of person, right? My parents, your wife or your children, whoever, that if you have that kind of person, oh my goodness, you don't need the money. I need some money to survive, but you don't care you are rich or not. You don't care you have a nice car or not. If we have that kind of person, yeah, I know this person loves me that much, so much. Then I love that person too. I can die for that person, right? If you have that kind of person, don't you want to have that kind of relationship with somebody in this foreign world? Not so easy, right? But at least start from you and your parents. If not, then you and your kids. Let's try to have that kind of relationship. That's bring you joy. That's why we are saying. That's why this is the core of the universe. God can do anything for you, right? God can do anything for you, anything, because God loves you. We should know, right? That kind of God exists, don't you think? Then if I also love him so much, then knowing that this God loves me, or our true parents loves me so much, yeah? That's a joy there. That is a joy. That's a the happiness there. If we want to bring if we want to create the beautiful world and society, right? That's only possible by having that kind of love relationship. So anyway, I hope I said something good, but I don't know. I'm not so sure. All right. Okay. Again. So maybe that's conclusion. Not so difficult. Yeah. But if you do not try, then we can't. You know, need effort. Now we need effort. Need effort. If we want to really understand what develop the relationship with God, like true father has, like true mother has, right? We need to make effort. So please let's make effort. Let's have develop the relationship with our true father or our true mother. Try to understand how much they did for me, how much they did for me, how much my physical father and mother did for me, right? Try to understand and then receive it, right? Then, yeah, then feel it. So that's, then also we can re-establish that kind of original relationship with God or your parents or your children. And, that's bring you the true joy. We can live for that. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Join me prayer. Heavenly Parent, thank you so much for this wonderful day. We are celebrating Children's Day tomorrow. Heavenly Parents, we can become your true children. And now we can do that because of our true parents. Heavenly Parents, that is so wonderful thing. We did not know that you are our parents. We did not know how much you loved us. And even though you had to go through there lots of pain, suffering, uh, but you kept loving us no matter what, never gave up on us. So you truly unconditionally loving each one of us up until today, every parents. If that is true, then we want to understand that. If that kind of God exists, we want to understand it. We want to know you, God. We want to know you and your love, and we want to feel it. We want to feel your love, Heavenly Parents. So because you are loving, so we should be able to feel it, Heavenly Parents. So let us make the effort to become your true child, and then we see the true love relationship between you and us, and the true love relationship between the parent and child. Then based on that, then we can build your kingdom, the loving world and the peaceful world. No war, no conflict, no suffering, no resentment, no hatred, just love and joy and happiness there. That kind of world is the world you wanted to create. Heavenly Parent, this is a time when we can achieve it together with you, together with our true parents. Heavenly Parents, please be with us and guide each one of the brother and the sisters here. So I pray, I report everything to you in the name of the Sakai Jew. Thank you.